Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Or good afternoon. Or good morning. Good middle of the night. Whatever it is for you, where you are. Hey, Faux Fox, welcome. So, tonight, I'm not going to be streaming all that long, and we are not going to be doing a game. So, welcome, guys. Hey, welcome. Um, Tonight we're not going to be doing a game, and I'm not going to be streaming as long as usual. I'm guessing I might go a half an hour or so, 45 minutes. So I figured it's going all right. So I figured I would let you guys get an update. I'll probably actually this live stream tonight will probably just be my next vlog rather than recording a vlog separately. So um yeah, so things have gone south for my mom. So she's basically end of life. They've just put her in hospice tonight, which means that they're just going to make her comfortable for the last bit of time she has. So I will not be streaming on Sunday because my sister and I will be driving for about 13 hours to get up to where they are, to where they live. And thanks, I appreciate that. So we're going to be driving about 13 hours to get to where her hospice center is, and we'll just stay in a hotel. So we'll drive 13 hours on Sunday, and then Monday we'll have time to visit my mom, and then my sister will be with me, and then separately from a different direction and stuff, my brother and sister-in-law will be there, and then I'll be driving with my sister. So 2 cars, my sister and I from this direction, and then my brother and sister-in-law from another direction, and we're gonna meet up. So we'll get to visit my mom a little bit, and I mean she's not even lucid at this point. You could ask her a question and she won't respond. I think I'm trying to remember what my dad said. So the nurse, I guess, had come into the room and talked to my mom, and she said something like, so how are you doing, Judy? Judy's my mom's name. She said, how are you doing, Judy? And my mom didn't respond. And then she said, Judy? Oh, no, no, sorry. She said, that's what it was. So the nurse asked my mom, she said, so can you tell me what your name is, to try to test her cognition, right? She said, can you tell me what your name is? And my mom didn't say anything. And then the nurse said, your name is Judy. And my mom said, yes. And she said, can you tell me what your husband's name is? And now, I mean, it was that kind of a conversation. She's present, but she's not really present, right? So, unfortunately, that means that pretty much she's done. And they decided to just put her in hospice. So they'll try to keep her comfortable for her last time, however long she's got. They said, I don't remember if it was the nurses or a doctor. Anyway, somebody said, generally speaking, if somebody is put into hospice, they usually don't last more than a couple of weeks. So my sister and I are leaving Sunday, so that Monday, hopefully my mom will not have passed yet. And well, my brother and sister will be there too, my brother and sister-in-law. Anyway, all of us will be there. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to say goodbye to her, spend however much time we can with her until they tell us we can't or we need to leave her alone or whatever. And then and then we'll go back to our hotel. So my brother and sister-in-law are staying in one room. I'm staying in a room, and my sister's staying in a room. So we'll get together when we're not spending time with my mom. We'll get together and play some games and spend some time together. And if my dad is around, then we'll do stuff with him as well. Although he may or may not want to spend time. I mean, he'll spend some time with us, but he may or may not be in the mood to do stuff like play games and things because, his wife is passing. So, well, thanks. I appreciate that. I mean, and I will. But anyway, so because of just everybody else with various work schedules and stuff, especially like with my sister, because I'm driving my sister as well. So we'll drive up Sunday, we'll do that Monday, and then Tuesday we're going to drive back. So we'll be there for a day. So one day driving up and one day driving back, and then one day there in between. So so it'll be basically Sunday. I leave Sunday morning, like 7 or 8 a.m. or whatever, local time, and then I'll get back probably 9, 10, 11, something like that p.m. local time Tuesday night. So Wednesday will be my first day actually waking up in my own bed again and everything. So that's what's going on. So there will be no stream Sunday because I will be gone. And there will not be a stream Saturday night either. I was thinking about still doing it, and it's not like my mind's elsewhere kind of a situation, okay? But it's more Saturday night if I were to stream and then go to like what normally is midnight my time. What happens if I can't fall asleep right away? Now I'm really tired trying to drive for 13 hours the next day. I just don't think it's smart, right? So we're just not going to stream tomorrow night either. So tonight will be the only stream. I figured I would get on and kind of catch you guys up though on what was going on. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, there's not, and that's easy. That could sounds like it could be a cop out or something like I'm trying to avoid my emotions or whatever. I'm just saying, the best way you can deal with something like this is to embrace it. Just realize that there's nothing you could do, that she's gonna pass, and just come to peace with that. And I think I have. She, because of the expense of burials and stuff nowadays, rather than doing that, they're gonna cremate her. That serves two purposes actually. So they're gonna cremate her because number one, burials are super expensive. Like it's like $6,000 minimum just for like a casket to put somebody in or whatever, right? So it's like crazy expensive. So that's the first reason to cremate her. And the second reason is with COVID right now, if there were a funeral, I don't even know if we would actually be able to attend a funeral. Close quarters, people gathered. I mean, it just doesn't work, right? So what we're going to do is she'll be cremated. They'll put her like in a vase or whatever they actually, because that's movie thing, right? I don't know if they actually do, but whatever they put her ashes in, they'll put those in a container, right? And then my dad will hang on to those. And then once everything is not locked down anymore and stuff, and everybody's able to gather together, then we'll gather together and we'll have her ashes and stuff, and we could say goodbye at that point. And I don't know if he's planning on burying the ashes on his property or something. I'm not sure, but anyway. So I actually look at it as a positive thing, honestly. The last several years, she's been in increasingly bad pain. Like it's the pain she's been having has been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And probably, we didn't realize at the time, but probably the reason the pain kept increasing for her was the cancer, right? But we didn't know that because she would go in for regular checkups and they'd not been seeing the cancer. They've not been finding it. So, but I'm assuming the cancer was still there. It just was hiding well enough that it wasn't detected. So, I mean, it's metastatic cancer, which like in Love had commented on the vlog that where I initially talked about this. Like he had said, metastatic cancer is not something you ever recover from. Because metastatic, right? That's just the more complicated, like the adjective form of the word metastasize, right? And when cancer metastasizes, that means that it goes all over into all different various parts of your body. Not just where it was started, but it's spread to like your lungs, your heart, your kidneys, whatever, right? Your brain. So because she has metastatic cancer, Like she was diagnosed when she was originally diagnosed with cancer, they said it was metastatic. So because it was metastatic, it already had, even though they got rid of it temporarily or whatever through the chemo and everything she had gone through, the chemo and the radiation, it still had pretty much gone everywhere in her body, right? I mean, there was some remnants of it all over the place. So as a consequence, she pretty much had that lingering, just kind of waiting to show up again, right? So we got more years with her, about 6 to 7 more years. So that was nice being able to spend more time with her. But I mean, she's basically at this point she's basically dead, right? I mean, if she's not even cognizant, she's effectively done, right? I mean, if she's the can basically that's one of the potential signs that the cancer has progressed far enough along is when they just are not lucid anymore. So she's not being present mentally. She's already checked out. So I don't think there might be a slight recognition. You never know when we're there, but most likely the last time I saw her or talked to her on the phone or whatever was probably the last time she was ever aware of me in this life. So yeah, very slow decline. Now I know that not everybody shares this view. I am Christian, so I believe that I will I have the potential to see her someday after I've died. So I'm not as broken up as it might be for somebody for whom that's a finality. I have a different perspective. So even if you say, well, you're delusional or that's not you're believing in lies, the fact that I believe in that though is a comfort. So it's not as devastating if I had the perspective of it's over, right? So anyway, so I mean it's not easy, but like I said, I'm happy she's not suffering anymore. Yeah, it really is good that she's not gonna have to deal with yet one more thing that is going wrong with her, right? I mean, like I said, I believe I said this on the vlog. I think I said I can English right now. Anyway, I believe I said on my vlog when I originally talked about this, but in case I had not, she had had additional health problems crop up. Like it was like every 6 months to a year, some new health issue would show up for her. We didn't, and I'm guessing probably either those were directly related to the cancer progressing or they were side effects of the damage the cancer was causing. But either way, I'm pretty sure all of that stuff was a, basically a result of the cancer. So she had things like she had the original cancer and she had the chemo for that. Okay, the side effect because the cancer was metastatic and aggressive, it was inflammatory metastatic breast cancer. So because it was inflammatory as well, it was aggressive. So they put her on aggressive chemo, right, to handle that. They put her on um, radiation afterward also that was a stronger form of radiation, right, to make sure that they got rid of the cancer as much as they could. A side effect of that chemical, though, of the chemo that she had, was that actually made her diabetic. So the rest of her life, she was diabetic. And then she started having additional problems. She had chronic acid reflux disease. She had increasing weakness in her legs, where she was able to walk less and less and less until finally this last year with 2020, she got to the point where she pretty much was just always in a recliner. She was pretty much just confined to that. She she developed allergies to various kinds of food. So, in addition to her acid reflux and to the diabetes, she started finding she was allergic to. Um, I'm trying to remember everything. So she was allergic to milk. She was allergic to wheat, even if the wheat was like minimal, so it wasn't gonna spike her blood sugar or something. She became allergic to wheat. She became allergic to, I mean, just all kinds of things were a problem for her food wise. So that also then altered her diet. So her diet was not the healthiest. I'm not saying I'm the epitome of health. I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, her diet was a lot worse for her than it had been previously as well. So, well, I appreciate that. The thing is this, like, it's kind of weird. Maybe it's just that it hasn't really hit me, or maybe it is that it's hit me already, but it was kind of an slow increasing acceptance of it over time, so that it's not such. But honestly, I don't feel devastated by the news. Once I realized that she had the cancer in the first place, I knew there was a risk of the cancer showing up again. And then when she started having more and more health problems over time, it just got progressively worse. I kind of just got to the point where I just understood that she doesn't have a lot longer. Like, I honestly would have been surprised if she had another 5 years in her, even if it wasn't cancer diagnosed now. I honestly probably would have been surprised if she had another 5 years, just because it was consistently, or not consistently, but constantly an additional health issue, right? Your body is only so resilient. At a certain point, you have enough things wrong with you, and it just all breaks down, right? It's the proverbial or the metaphorical straw that broke the camel's back, right? So I've kind of already been getting steadily used to this idea that she wasn't going to be around a lot longer, in honesty. So, I'm not trying to be strong or anything like that. So don't think because I say one thing that he's just burying it or he's not being sincere. It's not true, okay? I'm being sincere. I will definitely miss her. And it's too bad with COVID and everything this year that I wasn't able to visit them again until now, basically at end of life. I mean, that's really a shame, right? It would have been nice to spend more time with them, but that's I've been doing, and Faux Fox knows this because I've talked to her about this multiple times in the past. Um, but I've been working a lot over the last several years on personal growth and development, like a lot, and that doesn't just mean stop being such a to people around you. That doesn't mean become a better public speaker or something only either. It means like I try to find something that I need to work on and then I work on that thing, right? And so among other things, I've also worked on learning how to handle, yeah, I actually have it here. It's buried because I haven't read it for a while now, but I've actually been working on um dealing with grief and things, right? So there's this book, Waking the Tiger, Healing Trauma, for example, right? So I've been trying to learn more about how my brain works and how it's currently processing things, and how it might need to be adjusted to better process things in a healthier way. And then also to understand possible psychological damage I may have sustained from earlier experiences in life and how to heal from those and overcome those, right? So, among all the other things I've been learning that as well. So, right, like I said, it's not just been one area. I've been trying to improve myself up here in a variety of different areas. So, I think that may also have helped things a bit. Um, and I mean, I've lived on my own for so long now that it's not like I will wake up in the morning, look over to the right of me or something, and somebody who used to be there is suddenly gone, right? There's not been that close connection in terms of proximity to people. So it's going to be easier, I think, in that regard for me as well, because it's not going to be like something around my apartment or whatever is going to remind me of my mom, right? That's not going to be a thing. Once she's passed, I mean, I could do it now, I guess, technically, because she doesn't have long, but once she's passed, at least, I will delete her from my telephone so that from my cell phone. So as I'm going through looking at contacts, I won't see her, just in the off chance that that might suddenly spark some, echo of grief or something. But I think, I mean, like I said, I think it's been a progressive thing enough that I've just kind of gotten used to the idea and embraced it. I don't really know that there's a whole lot more I could have done. And I didn't do it intending with that. It's just kind of how it worked out, right? But I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot more in that regard that could have happened to improve my ability to deal with it, right? Now my dad, now you never know, right? When you get to a certain point, well, at any point, right? If somebody gets a disease of some kind or whatever, you could decline super fast and suddenly be gone, right? But unless the grief really severely affects my dad will probably be around for a while. My dad, as far as I know, he has minor pains and aches here and there, like if he sleeps wrong or if he was trying to do some like construction out in the yard or something and worked a little too hard or something. But generally, my dad is really healthy, especially for his age. So I would guess he'll be around for quite some time still. Um, I'll still we so I think I don't remember for sure if I've told you guys this before or not, but we have this thing where basically the first Sunday of every month we would talk to my brother and sister-in-law would talk to my parents. Then the second week of the month, the second Sunday, I would talk to them. And then the third Sunday, my sister and niece would talk to them. But now that my mom's passing, I'll be talking to him. But I do still plan on every second Sunday. I do still plan on calling my dad, especially early on. It's I'll be talking to him more often, I'm sure too, just to make sure he's doing okay handling the grief himself, right? But I plan on for however long he's around. I'm assuming years, but you never know. But I'm assuming years still. I plan on every second Sunday calling and talking to my dad, right? Um, in some small way, I kind of hope that my dad. I with his personality, I don't think he will. Honestly, if I'm honest, but I kind of, with some small part of me, kind of hopes that my dad marries again, so that he can have regular companionship until he's passed on. But I don't know. My dad is like people in my family, my brother, me, my dad, my sister, we're all extremely just like monogamous by nature, right? We don't really have, if we've committed to somebody, like we commit like full on, like 100%, 150%, right? So I don't think that he would ever remarry. Chances are he would feel, I don't know if he would think of it as he might be cheating on my mom. I don't think he'd think of it that way, but I think he just would have no desire to get in a relationship with anybody else. I think he would just, but I could be surprised too. I could be pleasantly surprised because I think it would be helpful if he had somebody with him that would let him spend his last years not alone, right? And I've considered having him um having a situation where he and I, like, I live with him, but I don't know. I don't My dad has never been, even when he's grieved heavily, he's never had any kind of suicidal thoughts or anything along those lines. So I'm not worried about him just giving up and like taking his life or something. I don't believe that's ever going to be a thing for him. So I'm not worried about him being on his own in those terms. I do worry a bit about him being on his own because if he slips and falls and hurts himself, unless he happens to have his cell phone with him and it's charged, and then he can call 911 and have an ambulance come or something, he could fall and then just be stuck there. And it's like there's nothing he can do, right? So I'm a little concerned there might be a situation like that that ends up coming up, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. But in any case, the plan for me is to do what I can to help my dad finish paying off the last for his property, and then to help him pay for, or maybe just pay for myself, depending, but pay for a house to be built on his property so he can stay in a normal house rather than in the trailer where he's been for however long now with my mom. And you know, if the house is built large enough, I'm not talking like huge like a mansion or something, but if it's built big enough that there may be like, let's say 3 bedrooms, one bedroom could be like a guest room, one bedroom could be for my dad, and then like potentially I could move into the 3rd bedroom or something so that I'm around, so he's got companionship, and if he needs something I'm there to help him have it, right? um, that's a possibility. So I'm looking at trying to do something more like that, where rather than just moving up there right away, I would try to set something up where he is comfortable for his last years and everything. And then as he's there, he's maybe not alone. Maybe I'm there with him or something. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at for now, for trying to move forward with helping him out. Um, yep. But I think that's, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that might be about all I really had to say. I don't know if there's anything you guys wanted to ask or anything. I don't know, but I think that's about what I had to say tonight. Um, so so just as a reminder then, so after I get off this kind of vlog stream thing tonight, there'll be no stream tomorrow, and there'll be no stream Sunday. And I will actually not even be, well, I might check it with my phone occasionally, but for the most part, I will not be on Discord. Um, I mean, I have all day Monday that I'm just going to be up there. I can only visit my mom for so long, right? So it's going to be all day Monday too that I'm going to be up there, right? So I might check it a couple times during that day or something. But basically, I will be not on Discord at all Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'll be back on, because I will basically Tuesday night to be back, sleep overnight in my apartment, and then I'm Wednesday morning, I'm back at it again. So, yeah. Anyway, so I decided I wanted to stream anyway, just to like kind of have a discussion and let you guys know what was going on. But yeah, I don't think I want to spend too much time with games this weekend, right? We already talked about that in the past vlog. Sometimes I'm in the mood and sometimes I'm not because of what's been going on, but there is a certain degree of closure now, right? She's going to be there for a couple of weeks probably, and then she'll pass, and then that'll be closed off. And so then there'll be any healing left over that needs to still happen will be able to happen at that point. So, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I am sad. But so that's the thing, right? Is like sad doesn't always mean tears. There are different kinds of sad. There's sudden, shocking, surprised sad, which almost always would erupt into tears. There's very frequent and all consuming, I guess not exactly the same thing, but basically sadness that is kind of more like a clinical depression or something. I don't have either of those because I've been kind of expecting this, and I've never had depression. I've been very fortunate that way, I suppose, but I've never had depression, so I'm sad, but I'm sad in kind of a, it's more melancholy than anything, I suppose, right? It's just kind of like energy is sapped for now until, until the grieving time has passed. But anyway, so I appreciate you guys jumping on, and appreciate your support and your comments. Um, I mean, it's, life is life. You're not going to be able to slow it down or speed it up. It just comes at you at whatever pace it decides to. And you just have to, ideally, you have to learn how to accept that, embrace it even, and use whatever experiences you have as a springboard, as momentum to move yourself forward. And it's easier said than done, I realize. But that's among the other things, like we talked about with healing trauma and stuff too. That, among other things, that's one of the things that I've been working on learning over the past several years in improving myself, is using a tragedy or a difficulty, even a frustration or whatever, using that, the energy that is from that could be energy to surround you, becloud you, and drag you down into despair or something. Instead, take that same energy and use it as fuel to propel yourself forward, right? And so that's what I intend to do. I intend to use whatever from this, and I'm not using it as a way of not confronting things, okay? I want to make that clear too, because that's also a danger some people run into. I'm not gonna be like, well, bury my head in work and then I don't have to think about it. That's not a thing, okay? I've never had that approach for anything, so that's not gonna happen. But the intent is to take some of that emotion. I can use that in writing or in music composition, for example. I can use our artistic outlet to make that more passionate. I can also use some of that energy to let me let me is the wrong word, to help me maybe empathize with other people as they're going through stuff, whatever. So yeah, she's not, from what it sounds like anyway, it's not dissimilar to when I said goodbye to my grandma. And I wasn't as close to my grandma as my mom, of course. But when my dad's mom was nearing the end, she also was not lucid. Like, I would read a verse from the Bible, and every so often she'd be like, "You're reading this from the Bible, right?" Or something. Even though I'd multiple times told her that this was from this book, this chapter, this verse, or something. And also, if I read from a section of the Bible that is a commonly known section, then she would start saying it along with me, right? So for example, if I was quoting, John 3:16, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but by me, right? That's a very well-known verse from the Bible. As I would say that, for example, if I read that to her, she would start saying it at the same time as I was, like quoting it with me. So there were moments, but she was in and out, and she, for the most part, didn't really notice, at least much, that I was even there. So I'm expecting something similar with my mom. It might be more severe. It might be kind of thing where I say, "Hey, mom, I'm Kevin. Kevin's here. I hope you're okay." That's my real life name, right? It's Kevin. Kevin's here. You okay, or whatever? She may not even respond. Right? She may just kind of stare. I'm fully expecting that it's very likely she'll just stare or something. But like I said, you move forward. You just do what you got to do, and Rather than, you can always, there are always um difficulties you run into in life, right? Sometimes it's just an obstacle that you have to overcome, like maybe your fear of speaking in front of people, but you have to give a presentation or something. It could be anything from that to like possible grief, like in this situation, to, you know, almost panicking about like how much, whether you're going to be able to make ends meet, whether you're going to be able to pay all your bills and stuff, right? There are a lot of different things that can stress us, that can be difficulties that are really hard to deal with. There are always multiple ways of dealing with those, right? You can choose to let it tear you down and destroy you. You can choose to let it make you apathetic, which I would argue is another way of letting it destroy you, but maybe it's not like grief or something. Maybe you just stop caring. You're like, I don't even care anymore, kind of an attitude. Or you could use it to empathize with other people later, so you can maybe help them better. And you can use it as try to find something positive out of it, and not just find less negative things out of it, but actually find something positive. And I don't just mean in terms of, well, my mom's not going to be suffering anymore. That's a positive, of course. But I mean in terms of, I've got this energy. Maybe it's negative, but I have this energy that might eat away at me, or I can use that to propel myself forward, like I said before, right? So, yeah, and I'm not gonna pretend like it's not possible that I won't have weak moments. I very well might. I have no idea how I'm gonna handle this overall and what the future will hold in terms of emotionally for me or whatever. But you know, the plan is, and I'm gonna work really hard, like with regular self talk and stuff. The plan is to condition myself to allow myself to grieve if I need to, but to not sit on my laurels and do like a pity party or something. I plan on instead letting that energize me and fuel me to try to help as many people as I can as I continue through life. Right? Because yes, my mom is closer to me than other people, but there, like, there's the whole of the human race. There are tons of people who are struggling, right? It's not just about me. It's about like all of us as humans, brothers and sisters in the human family, as it were, right? And so I would like to like rededicate or whatever myself to trying to help as many other people as I can, do as much good in the world as I can. So, and that's another thing that'll help you deal with grief too. You may grieve for a little bit of time, but ultimately, one of the things in the process of grief that can help pull you out of that, help you embrace it and move along, is focusing on how you can help other people. Focusing on the needs of other people will help you overcome things that are of a more personal nature, for sure. So, yep. So, okay. Well, thanks guys for listening. I'll I'll I still have, actually I still have Discord up right now. I didn't close it since we weren't going, in system intensive because of the game or whatever. So I still have Discord up even, but so Discord, I'll be on Discord the rest of today, and then tomorrow until I go to bed. I'll probably go to bed, I don't know, maybe sometime around now. Tomorrow night is probably when I'll head to bed, and then I will see you guys again Wednesday when I'm back. So yeah, yeah. I think because of the driving, and then the driving combined with the potential of however much grief is going to hit me, that can be very draining. So the plan is, one, since I'm going with my sister, potentially letting my sister do some of the driving too, so we can split that burden. And then also two, um, just kind of taking it easy to help once I'm up, like before I go, once I'm up there, and then once I'm back, try to take it easy for a little bit, not too long, hopefully, but a few days. Try to kind of take it easy so that I can recuperate and re-energize. So, thanks, I appreciate that, and I know you guys are there if I need you. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'm really happy that we do the Discord thing and that we do these streams regularly. You guys are really good friends, digitally or otherwise. So I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourselves. COVID-19 is still a thing. There's still violence in the world, as a couple of days ago at the U.S. Capitol demonstrated. So just keep yourself safe. Watch out for you and your loved ones. Be good to each other. Be good humans. And I will talk to you guys soon. So, going great guns in Australia. You guys arming up? I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily. I mean, guns are fine, I think. Personal opinion, but I don't know if you're gearing up suddenly. That doesn't sound too happy. But anyway, okay, so I'll let you guys go. You guys are awesome. Oh, I see. Going great guns. Oh, I see. It's a saying. Okay, I didn't realize that. So it basically just means things are going really well, right? Yeah, I've never heard going great guns. Might be Australian. Might be just I haven't heard it in my part of America. I'm not sure, but anyway, you guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon. Take care of yourselves. And as always, I appreciate you guys for all the time you spend with me and for all the support. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Peace.